Hey family, this is Jake here from John J Ministries. Listen, I just want to tell you today that don't let nobody take you on a guilt trip. You know why? Because when Adam and Eve felt ashamed because they realized that they were naked and God asked them if they had eaten from the forbidden fruit, the first thing Adam said, it was the woman that you gave me, God. It is her fault. And when he asked the woman, he said, oh, it is the serpent who deceived me, who beguiled me. And the serpent turned around and blamed God because at the end of the day, he told them, did God really say that you will die? No, because he knows that in the day that you eat that fruit, that you should be like them, knowing good and evil. And the thing about this, my friends, everybody take one another on a guilt trip, blaming one another for the things that they have done. And oftentimes when we get into a habit of blaming others for our own actions, and you know what, when we run out of people to blame, we end up blaming God. Poor Lord, poor God. But God is the one that we have to face. God is the one at the end of the day is the judge of all. You know, I had this ex-girlfriend who, you know, an ex-girlfriend of mine told me one time that I am the one that is responsible for what's happening to her right now. You know, and she said to me that, you know, if you hadn't done A, then X, Y, and Z wouldn't have been happening to me today. And it is something that struck me very hard, you know, because, you know, to see her, you know, just fading away on her dying bed and having to stand outside that crap church, seeing her body in the casket and going through a funeral, it really knocked me for six. And understanding the pain that it caused, you know, her passing away of her family, you know, and loved ones. It was very painful, and you know what, that those words stuck in my head. If you had not done A, then X, Y, and Z would have been happening to me today. It's your fault. And so, you know, the truth is, the devil start to play with your head, you know, but the truth is, there's a certain level of reasoning that you may want to consider. No, but if I hadn't done A, perhaps X, Y, and Z wouldn't have happened to her, and so for years it bothered me. But you know what, it's thankful. I'm so thankful that the word of God is so powerful and give you a clarity in your mind and your thought and understanding. You know that you could imagine that even Adam, one day when he was in the field working and having to toil hard because both of them were kicked out of the garden, and he came home and he didn't. Eve probably didn't cook food, and he said, you know, Eve, this is your fault that I'm in this position today. You know, and in her frustration, she might very well say, yes, but I didn't force the apple or the fruit down your throat, Adam. And so we kind of go through this circle, but the truth is, you know, we have to take responsibility for our own actions, because the Lord showed me, you know, yes, you if you hadn't done A, perhaps X, Y, and Z still would have happened. So at the end of the day, we have to take responsibility. And I still tell you that story because, you know, I mean, it's painful, but I'm just saying that at the end of the day, no one forces you to do certain things, regardless to the actions that people take, regardless to the things that we do and say in life. At the end of the day, especially people, regardless of the things that people would have done to us or say to us, we still are the ones that are responsible for our own actions. The word of God says, my friends, that every man will be judged according to the deeds done in his own body. Every man will be held accountable for his own actions. Another man will not be held accountable for the actions that you have done. You see, gone of the days, according to the word of God, no longer shall the parents eat sour grapes, and the children's teeth are set at edge. So, I mean, we have to make sure that we don't allow anyone to take us on a guilt trip, because that guilt trip can take us a very long way, and it can be very painful and hurtful. But I'm saying to you, my friends, regardless to the things that we do in life, regardless to the things that people say to us, we have to be mindful, you know, that at the end of the day, the decisions that we make are purely our own decisions, and God will judge us for that. So we have to be mindful of it. And so I just wanted to say today that don't let anybody take you on a guilt trip, my friends. But at the end of the day too, own up to your own actions, because at the end of the day, they come with consequences. And God will look at them and judge us for them, not for another man's actions. So until we meet again next week, God bless you and see you next week.